right, man, let's talk about draft picks or known commodities for the Detroit Lions. You know, you hear a lot of people say, oh, don't trade a first for Patrick Surtain. But then again, you'll complain about how Detroit never go out there and get people in free agency. When you can't get people to come to your team in free agency, what do? You have to trade for them. You have leverage once you trade for them, and you pay them. You probably make more money staying with the team that's paying you. I mean, because of the risk. You play your contract out, you play 1 or 2 franchise years out, you get injured, and then you don't get the money that you deserve. So I feel, you know, the Lions have $60 million in cap to play with next year and probably can adjust that a little bit more. We'll get rid of some loose ends out there. They got a lot of players that they can live without, and I said that from the very beginning before they released Marvin Jones Jr., Romeo Okoro, Julian Okoro, Charles Harris. They don't really need none of them guys. And I said that time and time again. You know, no matter if they was on team-friendly deals, whatever, you know, you don't need them old ninjas on the team. You know what I'm saying? And I said that over and over again. High tie and other old dudes you didn't need on the team. But if you can't go out there and get free agents, you got to trade for them. Now, you know, what's the bad thing about trading for known commodities? Obviously, you got to pay them. But if you got the money for agency, you know how to be a capologist, a cap master, like Brad Holmes, then, hey, that ain't nothing to you. You know, so that's the thing about it. Going to get known commodities, you have the leverage over them staying with your team. They get to do a little test run, see if they like it. They make more money if they stay there. They don't want to be on tags. They don't want to be on one-year deals, aka one-year deals, and stuff of that nature. So you got to think about it that way. I mean, you talking draft picks. The good thing about draft picks is they're young. You know, they're usually young and cheap. You can control them up to like 6, 7 years. So they're young and they're cheap. So there you have it right then and there, young and cheap. But you know, and you build a team through the draft. You don't want to build a team through free agency because a lot of them free agents, and in the NFL, you never know when these dudes gonna fall off. That's the problem. You know, rookies are younger and cheaper. But then again, the thing about rookies, you don't know what's gonna happen when you give them that money, you put them in the league. You'll trust their evaluation process and trust that they'll be really good rookies. But a lot of times, you know exactly what the player you getting, you trading for, the veteran you play for. You know exactly what role he thrives in, where he don't thrive at. You know his weaknesses and his strengths in the NFL. But the way I actually look at it is that the Lions have a very young team. So they are in position to go out there and get free agents and make these trades. Now, if you tell me I can wait the next offseason and I can get people to come to Detroit, then cool. Cool. But if you still don't believe guys are going to come to Detroit, then that's a problem. That's a problem. If you still don't believe guys going to come to Detroit, you better off trading to get them to come here. So, I mean, it's all pretty much in belief. It's all pretty much what you truly believe. I believe this team is young enough to go out there and get a Brian Burns, get a Patrick Surtain. You know what I'm saying? I think they're in a position to do that. They got enough young guys on this team where, you know, and they got some draft misses people don't talk about. Second round picks, Levi Nazorki and Josh Pascal, they first 2 second round picks, flops. This year, they both first round picks can be considered flops. The second rounders are outdoing the first rounders. So let's not act like the draft has been all peaches and creams and beauty for I swear to God, people can't drive, bro. What are you doing? You know, they swear it's been all peaches and cream, and it ain't. You know, and that's my humble opinion about the situation, is where they should just go out there and be go-getters. Unless you tell me you confident that you can land a big free agent next year. It's a few teams with some money. You know, but the top of the hit list is Patrick Surtain and Brian Burns. I'll give up a first and a second to acquire both of them. You know, I'll give that up with ease. with ease. With ease. That's just my opinion. I like Montez Sweat. I like Chase Young. I like some guys out here. I go for it. Shore up that defense, and Surtain and Brian Burns to be the best two players defensively on your defense. But like I said, you gotta pay Brian Burns a couple years, you gotta pay Surtain. You know what I'm saying? And come draft time, y'all gonna be a little bit more abysmal. I'll be a little bit more less enthusiastic not having the first and the second. So that's the downside of it. But you know, in my humble opinion, I don't give a damn. You got two premier players. Two players you add in your defense is two of your team's best players off rip. So you adding the frosting on the cake with the cherry and the sprinkles on that joint. You know what I mean? So, but just the downside of it is you like to build a team through the draft because it's you're younger and cheaper. To make a case for the draft, as simple as that. It's cheaper and you're younger. You get more out of those guys. Think about veterans. You got to pay them, and you just never know when they had enough. But I envision that the Lions will stand pat. They'll continue to build through the draft. I think they're ahead of the curve where they want to be. So they're playing with house money right now. They're ahead of where they want to be, and they rebuild. I just see an opportunity. You never know. Jalen Hurts can go down. Brock Purdy got a concussion. There's an opportunity where you can take this. And if I can add two premier players, I'm gonna add it. And they can be two of the best players on my team off rip. I'm making that call. Now, am I coming in there with the highest offer off rip? I'm asking what they're looking for, trying to put something around that, then see what they want to do. But my targets would be Surtain and Brian Burns. I'm willing to part with a first and a second to get both of them and some players if need be. I'm willing to do it. And that's my opinion on it. Nothing more, nothing less. But, and the neutral side of it is you can wait to free agency and see what you can get. And some of these guys hit the market like Burns, you can see what you can get. You can see what you're going to get. So, it's going to be interesting to see how it play out. But at the end of the day, I think they'll stand pat. And I ain't mad at that. They're ahead of the rebuild. Bunch of money next offseason. Have your picks. And you can attack it that way. Then you still got the waiver wire. Some guys going to get cut and all that stuff. So, we have to wait and see. But, hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Peace.